This unusual looking structure was one of my first significant Google Earth discoveries. I found it a few years ago and still don't know 100% for sure what it is, and I have not found another one like it since. When I first saw it, I was quite intrigued. What was it? When was it built? And who built it? I wonder, what's your first impression when you see it? This uncommon and thought-provoking structure is quite a ways out in the wilderness with no houses close nearby, though there are some archaeological sites and many stone dams not too far away. It doesn't look modern to me, and I asked AI and showed it a picture, and it said that this looks more like an ancient site than a modern one as well, and it has some similarities to what are referred to as waffle gardens. In past research, I have read about similar structures that Native Americans built for farming crops, and have seen some artist depictions that are kind of like this. However, I've never seen an actual real picture or video before, and the upside-down V or chevron-shaped structure with 6 square rooms is, as far as I know, possibly a one-of-a-kind, at least in terms of what's been discovered. We set out to see what we could find, and we welcome you to come along on the journey as we try to learn more.
I didn't notice this before. There's a little red rock there, and then here's like a pile of rocks. This looks strange. Is this natural? Looks tiled. These things go for quite a ways. It's really interesting how there's a tree growing right out of the top of it.
Home point updated.
Hello, Michael here again. I would like to share a story about prehistoric farming. I hope you enjoy. The early indigenous people in North America may have felt like planting seeds and growing food was a gift from their spiritual world. It's hard to imagine how empowering and satisfying that must have been. I believe that success greatly outweighed failure because farming and self-sufficiency became a way of life. The transition from hunting and gathering into farming did not happen all at once. It was a process of adding new food sources which would replace existing sources that were more difficult and time-consuming to obtain. They had to learn how to become more in tune with nature in different ways, along with the importance of understanding how to predict changes in weather cycles and long-term effects of climate change, knowing when to plant and when to harvest, how long the seasons were and what signaled changes in temperature and moisture patterns. They lived close to the earth, sharing in a communal fashion with the plant and animal kingdoms, while cohabitating with them. They succeeded at living in balance within an environment that allowed them to sustain life one way or another for hundreds and even thousands of years continuously. Just try to imagine how to survive today out in nature, away from civilization, without all of its attributes. Very few people could actually do it. Essentially, what they achieved by farming was incredible cultural advancement. Unfortunately, long-term drought, along with other factors, might have led to their demise. Aside from tree ring data, no other conclusive evidence has yet been discovered. Corn and squash were cultivated, at least sporadically, in many areas of the Southwest by 2000 BC, with a reliance on farming. Eventually, beans came into play, which created the Trinity. The Iroquois was the native culture that came up with the legend called Three Sisters, which was formed out of cultural and spiritual construct. The three sisters were corn, beans, and squash. When planted together, they sustained physical and spiritual life. The corn was planted first. Then a couple weeks later, the beans were planted around the base of the corn plants and covered with dirt, making a mound. Then below the mounds in the furrow, squash was planted. The beans grew up the corn like a pole and added much needed nitrogen to the soil. And finally, the squash with its large leaves shaded the soil, which in turn helped retain the life-giving moisture, creating a perfect symbiotic relationship called companion farming. The northern Sonawa, who lived around Flagstaff, were sophisticated dry farmers and commonly used rock-lined, terraced garden methods. It looks like that is what this marvelous site represents. The lines of rock help to level part of the terrace, so when rainwater flows down the hill, it decelerates at the stone barrier, leaving behind soil and nutrients to be collected and reused, while sinking down into the soil to better water the plants. Because there are multiple terraces in a row, the water percolates through the soil of each terrace in succession. Each terrace gets wider from top to bottom, so if there's enough water available, it will move through and saturate all the gardens. The hillside that rises above these terraces has a total drop of about 70 vertical feet, which gives a significant amount of gravity feed that captures about 400 lineal feet of rainwater, starting at the crest of the hill. A monsoon season thunderstorm can dump as much as 1 to 4 inches of water in 1 hour. Higher terrain is favored by convective thunderstorms. The mountains and plateaus receive the most rainfall. In some places, as much as double compared to the valley floors and basins. Next to the terraces, there is a complex of stone structures that are puzzling. They look like building foundations, especially one with the upside-down V shape, which stands out. and appears to be for water diversion. After studying the surface erosion around this feature, I am inclined to think that the purpose was to divert, displace, and capture moving water to flow within these stone compartments for crop enhancement. It is also noteworthy to point out that there are possibly hundreds of check dams built in the washes close to this farm. They may possibly have been dry farming there without using terraces. I believe this is a wonderful rare find that gives us a unique window into prehistoric life here in the Sedona area, being one of the most beautiful places in the world.
How long has this adventure on the third rock from the sun been happening? How long will it continue? How many changes will it go through along the way? We can be grateful, or we can ponder, or we can celebrate the world we live in. This is an extraordinary place. We are part of it. A gift of wonder that we get to share. Have fun.
On the next episode, we're going to be touching on a topic that's a bit more controversial. And we'll be showing some never-before-seen footage that we filmed ourselves of strange and mysterious things we've seen in the sky over the years. Sedona has quite a strong reputation for UFO sightings, plus other paranormal sorts of things, and we strongly believe that there is indeed some weird stuff going on around here. If you have any insight or ideas, please feel free to share with us below in the comments section. This is our 21st video that we've uploaded, and we've shared some pretty cool stuff already, but we haven't shared our most amazing discoveries yet, and we have a lot more unique, mysterious, rare, and beautiful discoveries coming in the future. We're still only just getting started. So if you're interested in seeing more from us, we would love to have you join us in the future. If you subscribe and hit that bell icon, you'll be notified of our upcoming videos and discoveries. Hope you enjoyed this adventure, and we are looking forward to sharing more with you soon.
Oh, what a cool name, man. Vortex.
There's a lot of vortexes around here.
Yeah, there is. They're even in your pool.